Best Buddies is a project designed to address the social, physical and economic isolation often faced by the 8 million Americans with intellectual and developmental disabilities, like autism, Down syndrome and traumatic brain injuries. The program pairs high school students living with these challenges with student volunteers, with the goal of developing peer support at school and meaningful one-on-one friendships.
We go and have lunch with them, we go to basketball games together, we have like parties and celebrations and get them on that one-to-one friendship with each other. And so that's the main idea of Best Buddies, is just to have that one-on-one friendship.
Las Cruces High School senior and Best Buddy volunteer Quetzal Soto says the development of these social ties often allows students with intellectual disabilities to become more socially involved. Without that, the high school experience can be extremely challenging.
Their challenges are more having social contact with other individuals, especially peers. So there is an individual and he is very easily persuaded into what other peers tell him to do. So I see that as like peer pressure, but in the wrong way, because students think that if they could tell him, hey, go say this to these girls sitting at the table, or go do this and this, he listens to them because he doesn't understand that those people aren't trying to be his friends. They are trying to make fun of him and they're trying to bully him and get him in trouble. And that has happened quite a few times here at school, and he has gotten into trouble. So what we do is also, us being there, we just want to be a good example, and that's the whole point of this program also, is to show that we are trying to be leaders and we are trying to be their friends in a good way compared to those who are trying to make them do bad things.
In New Mexico, Down syndrome affects 1 out of every 1,000 people. 2 out of every 10,000 children suffer from autism. While intellectual disabilities can make high school a struggle, Soto says the bigger challenge is preparing these students for life after school. A 2014 Journal of Vocational Rehabilitation survey found only 1 in 3 people with intellectual disabilities is employed.
Having that social contact, they are able to reach out and want to go to the community and look for jobs. And then it also helps because they are not, a lot of students with a lot of individuals with disabilities, they cannot live on their own. And so being able to establish, just give them skills to live on their own, give them skills to be able to do taxes, be able to pay for rent, or be able to understand how a credit card account works, a bank account works, or how, just to get them exposed to what they are always kept away from. It's helping them in many ways to be able to live on their own, or be able to talk to a manager at a fast food restaurant that they want to work at, just to be able to get that income and be able to provide for themselves. And it also helps just for the fact that they don't feel like they are alone.
While the Best Buddies program is widespread throughout Albuquerque schools, Las Cruces High School is the only school in the Las Cruces Public School District that hosts the program. As part of a health advocacy peer education project, Soto is trying to change that.
The students with disabilities stand there in the hallway, and as we move from class to class, just like everyone else does, and nobody goes to say hi to them. Nobody stops to even talk to them, or nobody goes by their room to give them cookies or to do anything like a lot of the programs have done now. And it's just, nobody ever approached them.
There are 5 people in Soto's family with varying degrees of autism. With plans to go into a career in healthcare, she says changing how society treats and sees people with intellectual disabilities has personal importance.
It's important to me because I've always felt a connection with students with disabilities, and I have always had the heart to be with them, and I've always had the passion to want to help and just enjoy being around them, because I think that they are amazing in all their different ways. Because a lot of people think that I feel like a lot of people put them lower as us because they have a disability, and I don't think that is right. I think that we should all be viewed as equals, and that we should view them as equals, and instead of us isolating them and putting them away, that we should engage with them.
Soto says while the program is aimed at supporting kids with intellectual disabilities, she says often the student volunteers get the most out of it. Soto says so far the response to the program has been very positive. She expects the program will be launched by more schools in the Las Cruces district in the near future. According to the United Nations Development Programme, while people with disabilities represent approximately 1 in 10 people worldwide, they are 1 in every 5 of the world's poorest. For KRWG, I'm Simon Thompson.
I like to think that everyone who works at Eaton Vance loves coming to work every day like I do. And I know that many